Hello guys, I hope you're well and good and all of that. We are already, how many days? 10 days into April, so I am a bit late when uploading this, so I just thought I would do an April flick through. I did plan to do drawing session plan through. I have been unwell, so that is why this is a bit late, but I will do that for May actually. I don't know if you guys a plan with me as I literally go through each page and draw it out, or if you just like kind of a review that I'm gonna give at the end of the month, or if you like both. I thought I would kind of mix the two as it's kind of like a bit of a work in progress.
So now is when I do a quick peek through. I'm filming this the next day and I seem to have come down with a cold, so please excuse my bunged up snotty voice, and this is just my luck that I get a cold when planning to film a voiceover video. Brilliant! So this is my April page. I decided to work out the calendar completely different than last month. So if you saw my 2016 journal planner from Muji, you will see why I commented on why I like this kind of layout. Obviously I found better like inspiration and pages, so for the month of May I will write this out completely differently again, but keeping with the same kind of box calendar traditional layout. I just find as a visual person this helps me picture everything and I can write with enough space that I need to. So I created this, as you saw in the previous section of my video, by drawing out the grid first of all and then going over it with this washi tape that I got from Tiger. I really liked it because it was thin. And because I chose this colour, I decided to continue this on throughout the whole bullet journal for the month of April. But I also found it's quite like a watery, planty, springy colour for April showers and all of that. Here I rewrote, well I made a few mistakes, but mistakes are fine with bullet journals because they are work in progress and that's what it is. So there we go. So I rewrote out the titles on this brownish paper and I like how it actually looks. As you can see from my bullet journal, it's certainly not a minimalist journal at all. It's quite messy, quite scruffy, quite chaotic and packed, but that's kind of how I am and that's what I like. So if you're looking for kind of like a super neat bullet journal, this is not going to be it. But if you're looking for something super creative and just like quite organic, then I'm your girl. So I put the days of the week at the top, as you can see here, and I stamped the numbers out using some stamps that I have from Muji. I decided that I needed to have obviously a to-do list for the month, so that is what this section here is, as you can see. And I left a little bit of space at the bottom for any extra notes and things, so I've not yet used that. I kind of decorated a few bits and pieces here with planty bits, and the theme for April is actually about growth and kind of everything being new, so I put everything's grow, so just to remind myself not to be really anal about things and fussy and just to let things be natural and grow as they do. Again, I put this nice little tab on the top here for turning the page. It's a little bit thin, it's not as good as March's one, which is here. And I lined everything with this beautiful washi tape in this wave Japanese style that I got from Muji, and that there set the theme for this month. So going on to the first weekly, you'll notice in this bullet journal I decided to put all of my weeklies together because in March it was a bit of a nightmare trying to find all of the pages and the weeks because I mixed them up with collection pages and trackers and stuff like that, so I decided to keep everything super neat. So let's go on to the first page of April. You can see that I've kept the kind of the same font as I kept in March. I'll just show you quickly in March weeklies there. Again, I lined the page with this washi tape, partly because I had lined this page so half of it bent over, but I like that a lot and it creates a nice thickness. And because I'm left-handed, I often lean on the sides of the page with my right arm and all of the page gets a bit dogged, and this kind of stops that, so that's why I've got that. So from my journal, I said that I found the monthly calendar on my weekly view really useful to see, so I've done that and just highlighted the week that we're in with a kind of turquoisey greeny blue colour. I've then drawn some little flowers here and a little quote and find your roots, and carried that on down the side there. Obviously it looks quite messy and compact, but yeah, I think these journals should be a definite like work in progress and kind of they should feel like you, so this does feel like me. For this week I went with the little banners here and then I highlighted those with the green colour, and I tried to keep my daily tasks to a minimum so I could actually get stuff done. So this is the first week of April, and then on this side I decided to keep my weekly tasks here. So I've got weekly tasks here where I took them from my monthly log here, condensed them down into like achievable ones for the week. So there's quite a few there. And then I've decided to do a things I learned things achieved, weekly goals, weekly roundup and all tasks complete, and just a mental health check-in and what needs carrying over to the next week. So on that note, I will take you over to the next week. This is week 2 of April. We are currently on week 2. It's a little bit different. I went with a slightly different typography just to keep everything a bit different, but I kept the same typography for the in bloom just to remind myself of that everything's growing and changing and new and spring-like. Also, again, kept the calendar on the top left and highlighted the week in the same bluey green colour I've used throughout April. I was feeling a bit more floral this week, so I wrote everything out in this lettering and just decorated it with a little wreath pattern. Again, I tried to keep projects down to a minimum and not overpack everything. My tasks are set on this page again, and that was like tasks that were left over from last week that I carried on over to this week. Again, weekly goals and a roundup. So I've not actually rounded up this week because we've not finished it yet. As you can see, I've only got till Saturday, so I've got to put Sunday in as well. But I really like how this page looks. It looks fun and bright and like quite cheerful, and that's nice to look at. I like my little floral doodles. I often draw those a lot throughout my illustrations anyway, so it's nice obviously to have that here. The third week of April, it's always out, so April week 3. I don't know if I did that in this one yet. April week 2, and this one's theme is wild and free, just to remind myself again of nice little things. So weekly tasks, I've not actually updated that yet because we're not on that week. Again with the calendar, and again it's highlighted the week here, and I went back to the whole banner routine because I felt like that was really cute. I kept the floral and the decorative bits a bit more simple, but that might change when I get to this week and doodle more things. Roundup session, I like the way the text is written this week, and weekly goals, I left myself a really little amount there. So yeah, that's week 3, and then going on to week 4, which is completely empty. Again with the calendar and the week, and again with the banners. Basically I tried to keep it all quite uniform and the same, so I guess it's a bit of a blank canvas. I do like having this side down there, but next month I might do it down on the left side underneath the calendar date there, just to kind of utilise the space a little bit more. We'll see when I draw it out. But this month has been a little bit more looser than last month, where I lined everything in and drew kind of like lines and had grids and stuff. I've been trying to stick to the whole bullet journal idea of just doing the tasks on the day, and this is something I still really struggle with, is not over planning days and things. I need to do this every morning and get into the habit of doing the first thing every morning and seeing how I feel that morning and picking the tasks that I most feel like doing, and trying to remember that I'm only one person and I can only get enough done. So yeah, those are my weeklies. As I said, I group them all together and I much prefer that, and it makes a lot more sense. And then we get on to the collections. So this looks a bit like a monstrosity, but I've designed a little table layout now on InDesign that I'm going to offer as a free printout. So if you can go to my Etsy shop and have as a free download. I've kept my habit tracker really similar. This time though, I put it on the left hand side and put the numbers from 1 to 30. It's 30 days this month. I've been logging this really well, so I decided to change it up a bit. On this, I've got morning routine, 10k steps, eat healthy, do yoga, draw every day, do one happy list, 15-minute clean, cook food, be social, get out of the flat, make bed, blog post, or post blog, post YouTube, post on IG, comment on social media, sketchbook, life admin, explore, read, learn something new, no spend, read again, I've got to correct that obviously, me date day, friends and family, or family and family, oh the mistakes, clean flat, that should be clean flat, evening routine. So yeah, I need to like obviously amend that, but I decided to do crosses, but I actually do think I prefer the dots. This is my weekly meal plan instead of doing a monthly meal plan, so obviously I need to print out this one. I didn't do it for the first week of April, so I've designed it so 4 of them can fit on this in the future, so for May, and I'm just going to print out the week 3 and the week 4 that go down here. Just helps me know what I've eaten. This is my spending tracker, so I might blow out this this bit, but you can see I've kept with the whole blue theme, and I did a little bit of a watercolour because there were some mistakes that I've Tipex out and it just looked horrible. So from mistakes I believe great things happen. That is why I did this, and I actually really like having a bit of texture and colour on the pages, especially on such a horrible kind of page. I've kept the same lettering down below, and again that's been lined with this Muji washi tape. So this is my project lists and tasks, and I decorated that kind of like with little droplets on. I need to actually look at my phone and transfer a lot of notes that I've got in my phone just to put that here. So I mentioned in the last video that I did the gratitude log, and I really bloody loved doing this. So I thought I would add a one line a day because I don't want this just to be about tasks and kind of things I need to get done. I want it to be a good memory as well. So that has been lined with the same washi tape and with the same lettering at the top. And gratitude's got little stars on, and I really like this spread. Ideas, again another ideas page because you can never have too many. This is just kind of like a quick idea page, whereas this is more like project ideas and video ideas and tasks that are related to that. And here from the ideas pages and things that I need to do, split up. I'm using the Pomodoro technique, so I time myself in 25-minute slots with 5-minute breaks in between, see how long tasks can take me, and that's really useful because I overestimate all the time about what I can possibly get done, and it's just a really good way to keep track of stuff, and it helps me focus when I'm working as well. So here we have got a mood and health tracker. I really like doing the mood tracker, and I decided to use dots and then join them up with these little lines here. I simplified it from March because I don't know if you have watched that video. I will link it up here, but oh gosh, March was so clumsy and so messy. So I had quite a lot in here, so I decided to make two to put more mood stuff here and more health stuff here. So I've got happy, so sad or not good, and then I've got flare, tired, in pain, ulcers, tummy, joints, anxious or depressed because I suffer with depression and anxiety, and I also have an autoimmune disease which affects me in all of these ways. So it's just good to know and log it just so I can see why, if that correlates to that, and like why I'm feeling down and stuff. And then I decided to do a cleaning schedule again. I've just made a list of weekly tasks that need doing with a date and the days I hope to get stuff done. And then I've just done a little daily task list that I need to remember, say clean desk, load, unload dishwasher, put clothes away, sweep floors, tidy sofa, wipe down kitchen, make bed, tidy Cammy's bed, clean away clothes, organise tools. By tools I mean office kind of stuff. And then monthly tasks as well. And then kind of an exercise schedule, which I think I've overestimated again because I've been sick, and then also just some measurements and some weight logs there as well, so just to weigh myself on different dates to see how I'm progressing. I logged a diet day because I'm doing a fast diet, a 5-2 diet, and that's it really. So that is my month of April, and as I said, when I do my May plan with me, I will just go through any more of April's, if I add any more collection pages, and how my lists and stuff went, if I've got any ideas or feedback on my weeklies and how it basically went. I will now show you some tools that I've used. Tools that I use to create the bullet journal. I'm missing a ruler here, but I just thought I would go through. First of all, we've got this Muji collection stamps here. They're great for doing the date numbers and days of the week and stuff like this. On stamps, I've also got this little tiny stamp set from Tiger. They're really cute, so maybe for May I'll use those for the days of the week and stuff like that and for the calendar, but it takes a hell of a lot of time to stamp each letter out at a time. I've also used these little stamps that I got from Tiger as well. I also plan to make some of my own stamps out of my own illustrations, but these are really cute. For glue, I use this pink Pritt stick, works fairly well. So for accents and things, I use these pens, which I actually really like, and they've been sat in my drawer for years. I don't really use them for illustration as planned, but they're the Staedtler Triplus Fine Liner, and I've been using this tone for the month of April, like this. so those are all the colours that I have. I also have found this very handy, so it's just a little Tipex corrector and it's quite easy to draw over. I try not to use this too often, however I have used it loads, so that's not a lie. I've used these little paint palettes, which are the Winsor & Newton, so I'll try and link everything down below if I can. These fit in my pencil cases and contain some of my favourite colours, so yes, you can see I've used this and this and this one for this. It's very bashed up and messy, but I love it. To go with the watercolour, I've used this watercolour pen that I find really handy because it has water in it, and you can just paint on it straight away and you squeeze there depending on the amount of water you want. You put more pressure. So that is by Derwent, and I love these. I've got different nibs for those, and I also have filled them up with ink. For more accent colours, I've used these Alpine felt tip pens. I suppose they're just like Sharpies, but I quite like some of the colour tones here. So there's like a really nice pale pink that I might be using another month. And yeah, this is the one I used for this month's accent colours. I am also a massive fan of mechanical pencils. They feature a lot in my illustrations, so these we use. This one is a Faber and Castell one, and this one's the Moody one, and I featured these in my February favourites video. Those are those. I also featured these Moody pens in my February favourite video, and they have been perfect for bullet journaling because they don't tend to smudge. And they come in an array of nib sizes, so I've got 04, 038, 05 and 07 here. For writing I mainly use 05 or 038, and for drawing stuff out 07. Yeah, these are my faves. And you can see I draw everything out in pencil, and I love this eraser the most. It's a Moody eraser. So as I said, I cut out bits of paper a lot, and I use these tiny little scissors that my friend Camille gave me. They're from Hay. So I will try and link those down again, but I love these for paper cutting. They are perfect. It's all of my tools that I use. Sure, I'll use different ones next month. I'm going to do a kind of like Illustrator what's in my pencil case, my toolkit. So look out for that soon. I'm also going to do a catch up with me for March, where I talk about some of my favourites, including illustration stuff. So I hope you liked the video, and I hope you've enjoyed looking through my Merry Messy Bullet Journal. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I will be very happy. I will put everything on the screen here, and I will also link my previous bullet journal videos. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.